Good morning, family and friends. Today I would like to speak about feeding your mind. I have a friend who we always have conversation, and he said something to me that triggered me. He said, "People don't, people don't, people don't know what they think they know." And I thought about that, and I'm like, and it shows that people don't know what they think they know. I have somebody who's very dear to me, going through something, and I tried my best to give them the best advice I could, but I realized that they was under the influence of something, and they didn't even know they know that they were under the influence of something. But when you're under the influence of something, you really can't see it. It has control of you. You don't have control of it. And I had to tell them, which was very painful to me, that they were borderlining to the point of when they called me, I was gonna hang up the phone because I just don't have time for that. You know, they know me better than most people know me, and they know that when I say I'm gonna cut you off, I'm gonna cut you off. I don't have time for that, man. I done made too many mistakes. I done wasted too much time. I'm at the age and point where I don't have time to waste. I feed my mind. What I should have told them after thinking about it long and hard is that they needed to set a better sail. In order to get anywhere in life, you need a map. You can't just jump into your car and go. I'm gonna go to Bahamas. It doesn't work like that. Some people say, "Well, I know they know everything. Or I could just drive." Okay. Suppose there's no signs saying how many miles I-95 north, I-95 south. How would you get there? You need roadmap. You need signs. You need a course. You need to set a course, a sail, to get you from point A to point B. I should have told him that, but I didn't because I had got frustrated, and I didn't say I had grew enough where I just didn't totally dismiss him, but it was heavy on my heart, and I hope that because he told me he was gonna get some help. I hope that he gets it, and that's why I'm here today to speak about feeding your mind, because in my heart of hearts, I want you to win. I want you to win big because we've been counted out too many times, and everything is right here in front of us. There's tools, there's formulas. All we have to do is pick them up. All we have to do is feed our mind. Chart a course that's beneficial to you. Each and every morning when I go to work, I go to work an hour early. So I take that hour and I study. I have a pen and I have pads like these in my car. I've done this process for 2 straight years. I fed my mind. What you put in comes out. I always say that. These are facts, these are principles. What you put in comes out. I fed myself information that can change my life and change my family's life. I do not go to work early to sit around and gossip with people. That does not benefit me. I sit in my car. I turned it into a university. For 2 years, I sat in that car and I studied an hour a day. That's 365 days a year. That's just what I do in the morning with that first hour. The very first hour is spent with God. But that next hour, when I get to work early, is studying, putting it down, putting a deposit on my future, building myself, building a better human being that can serve the world. It cannot be said enough, bro. Feed your mind. Taking information, bro. I got notes. I got notes, man. Some of the notes is like one of the notes I took that really excited me when I was paying myself first was the early returns have got me excited. That was something I heard. And I studied it and I looked and when I counted some money, I'm like, wow, I didn't even know this was possible. But the early returns got me excited. The early returns kept me going when I find myself having a turn back moment, the early returns. You need to spend time with yourself. You need to make a deposit on yourself. You need to write everything down. It's not That's crucial. You hear that all the time. You need to be able to write something down and 6 months later go back to it. It's transforming. It'll transform you because, like, wow, I remember when I wrote, and look where I am now. You need to mark your progress. You're making progress and don't even know it. Don't expect the world to tell you that you're growing. You'll know you're growing from the world when they start to step away from you. When they realize you no longer want to be part of the 95% that's going along to get along. Take notes, study, read, apply what you learn. Action has to accompany what you learn. Trust me, bro. Like I said, I did this for 2 years, sat in my car. People probably looked at me like, wow, he's always in his car. Why ain't he doing what we doing? And I laugh because I'm sorry. I know what happens once I make these deposits on myself. I know what happens. I grow, I change, I become a better person, I become impactful. I can't be slayed with today's trend. I know better. Therefore, I'm going to do better. I don't get mad at people who don't have the tools to do better. I get mad at people who, once they're given the tools, don't apply them and do better. I'll get mad at you. I'll be sad for you. But I'm not going to wait around on you to do better or get it. I'm going to give it to you the way it was given to me. And I'm gonna give it to you from my heart. I'm gonna give it, and I'm gonna tell you, like I always say, it's not easy, it's not glamorous, but it pays off. It pays off. It pays off more than you know. Take some time. Take 6 months to yourself. You hear that term, disappear for 6 months, bruh. If you disappear for 6 months and you block the world out and you apply yourself for 6 months and you follow the strict diet of feeding your mind, everything that you hear you do, what you are is what you think is what you are. You walk differently, you act differently. It cannot be, bruh, I'm a firm believer in this. You know, my wife told me, she said, you know enough. You never stop learning. School is never out. School is never out. You know, I'm asking you to go on this journey with me, to transform yourself. I have to ask myself a question each day as I study and I grow and I learn more things. And one of the questions I had to ask, I mentioned it before, was like, when I reach my final destination or close to it, who's going to be there? And I thought about it long and hard, and I realized through my growth that there's not going to be a lot of people there, because when it requires work, discipline, dedication, sacrifice, that's not an easy sale to people. They rather go for instant gratification. Nah, instant gratification is now, but delayed gratification, oh man, I can see it. I'm not even there, and I can see it, man. You see how I'm smiling? I know what I know, and I'm telling you, man. You know, this is not something that it took me years to get even where I am today, man. But a stone at a time, a brick at a time, and it will transform. And your life will change. You will change, and you will change your family dynamics, because once they see how you move, they're gonna want to move. They're gonna know it's possible, and that's my goal, to let people know that it's possible. People who are coming from a bad background, or I don't know what you would call a bad back, or who just made, no, not a bad background. I just say who made some poor decisions, because based on information that I had, I made a lot of poor decisions based on the people that I choose to emulate, I made poor decisions. Bro, when I sit and I take notes now and I think about my decisions, I get excited. I know everybody's not going to do it, and I understand. For me, it's become a habit. And the habit, I'm grateful that I developed these habits. I'm grateful that I can be a go-to person. I'm grateful that my reputation is growing as I grow. These are things I have to look forward to. These are things that I've earned. These are things that I've earned by putting an hour a day for 2 years in my car, listening to audio, taking notes, meditating on the audios that I've studied. You know, making a course correction, selecting better people to mimic, accepting excellence as opposed to mediocre. It makes a difference. These are the things I feed my mind. Everything, like I said before, everything that surrounds me feeds my mind, feeds my belief system. Bruh, I love you. I want to see you win. You know me. You know who I'm talking to. I want to see you win. All of us. It's not, all you have to do, bruh, is step back, disappear, get to yourself, get with God. There's no stopping you. There's no stopping you. There's no stopping me. Feed your mind. Feed your mind. It cannot be said enough. Who are your role models? Who are you following? When you learn, you get excited. When you discover new things, you get excited. You hear the saying, if you knew better, you do better. Here's your chance. Here's your chance. Just get away from that foolishness, bro. Get away from the people who want to get high, who want to cut corners at work. You know, get away from that, man. Give it your all every day, and watch the change. Give it your all every day. And I'm saying this because I want you to feed your mind. Every morning you wake up, you give it your all. If you see a lady, you grab the door. Help her. Good morning, ma'am. Good morning, sir. Give it your all. You're not only giving to them, you're giving to yourself. You know, a lot of times people, when I grew up, people sit around getting high, say they passing around game. Bro, we ain't got to sit around getting high. I'm going to pass around truth. How about that? How about I pass around some truth? How about I pass around some win-win? If I can win, you can win. How about there's people ahead of me now, and I select better people to follow. They're winning, and they're putting it back. If you give, bro, it's better to give than receive. Trust me, it's a principle. It's better to give than receive, bro. All you have to do is get out the way and feed your mind. Fall back, bro. When you start feeding your mind, you start changing, people notice. And they're going to reach out to you. Because anybody wants to see the win-win. Feed your mind, bro. I told you, bro. I took 2 years. I sat in my car, turned my car into a university. Bro, I sit here and I talk to you and I share with you. But if you put me in a room for some people and you think they's the cat meow, oh, in real life, bro, I will show you. I will ask some questions that they will know I've been somewhere. I've done something. You can bet on me to tell you. You can bet on me to tell you that I know what I know and I can prove it. And there's people who can testify that yeah, he did that. He does that. Feed your mind, bro. Feed your heart with the word of God. I cannot, bro. It's just too much. It's just, I want you to have it so bad. I'm stumbling over my words. It's free, bro. It's free. The library's free. The library's free. Oh man, bro. It's all you got to do is get a pen and a pad and feed your mind. Go over those notes. Keep going over them and keep moving on. 6 months, bro. Give yourself 6 months. Success breeds success. After 6 months, once you witness your own success, your own growth, you're gonna want more. That's our nature. We're gonna want more. Break away from the 95%. Put yourself in the 5% projectile. You deserve a seat at that table. Who told you you don't deserve a seat at that table? See, again, I fed my mind. I have a different belief system. We deserve a seat at that table, but we can't sit at that table if we don't feed our mind. We have to feed our mind. You hear me? We have to feed our mind. We don't want a handout. We have to do the work. We have to, there's no handout. There's no handouts. We have to do the work. If we want what we said we want for us and our family, we have to do the work. And I can guarantee you this, if you do the work, you're going to yield some results that you're going to love. You're going to have a smile on your face, man. Even on some of my baddest days now, because of the work I put in, it doesn't even bother me because I know what I know. I know there's 4 seasons: winter, summer, spring, and fall. And I prepare myself for all those seasons. And I want you to prepare yourself for those seasons. It can never be said enough. Be careful who you're around. Be careful what you take in, because you're planting seeds that bear fruit. If you're going to plant the seed, bro, plant the seed that's going to bear the fruit you want, that your family needs to eat and survive. Plant that seed. I love you, man. I wouldn't put myself on the front line if I didn't love you. You know, because you're always going to get, like I said before, critique, ridicule, whatever. But understand something about me. If you really read my real bio, I'm built for this. You can't tell me nothing. I done seen it. I done took those losses. And I done came back. And I'm going to continue to come back until God calls me home. And I'm continue to try to uplift my brother so that he can uplift another brother. That's what it's all about, the upliftment. Once you come into the knowledge and you feed your mind, you have no choice but to uplift your fellow man, to do charitable work. Life's about learning. Life's about living a good life. Peace. To God be the glory for this day.